It feels like the main talking point was about the disallowed goal and how the referee let a lot go at Anfield but didn't let go of the shirt pull. I'll come to you first, Laura, on this. Was it a foul? Did he make the right decision to not allow the goal to stand?
I thought it was a little bit soft, if I'm honest. But if you're going to say that's a foul, that one there, I thought there were other decisions in the game, like Bernardo on Salah with a much clearer shirt.
One the Klopp wasn't happy about.
And that one that I thought that probably should have been given for a foul at least. And I don't know. I thought that you were going to sort of allow a few more things to happen this season. I thought you could be a little bit more physical, but it's one of those things, isn't it? We keep coming up against these decisions at the weekends where you almost go, I can see why it was given, but if it wasn't given equally, I could kind of see that way as well. I thought it was quite 50-50.
It's chaos now. I think they've decided that the football's becoming non-contact, which nobody likes watching. So they've started to throw rules in now. Subjective laws, like we're going to let a few things go. What does that mean? So one referee refs the game like that. I thought you refed the game great, but then next week, what's going to happen when the ref gives fouls for everything? So they've got to get on the same page.
The referees are trying to let the game flow a lot more, and I think we have seen that this season, haven't we? Not just yesterday at Anfield.
Yeah, but say you ref the game next week.
Yeah.
So are you on the same page as Anthony Taylor?
Well, I hope so.
Because you can't have one game fouls are being let go, and then the next game nothing's a foul. It's just they just throw the law up in the air and make it subjective. So it's hard to go back on what they've done. They started giving fouls for everything. How do you go back to where we were, where football used to be competitive? Because what you're going to get all week, every game we play now, is players squaring up to each other, taking the law into their own hands because the ref's not giving fouls. I'd rather watch the game yesterday. I think we all would.
It was a breathtaking game of football, wasn't it?
Why didn't the fourth official say to Anthony Taylor when he came over, come and have a look at this. The way you've refed the game, I don't think it's a foul. The way you've refed the game. But it is a foul. It is a foul. He's pulled his shirt.
Yeah, it's a foul, isn't it?
But he wasn't giving fouls. So now we got chaos.
A result the football had prayed for is a headline by Dave Maddock in the Mirror this morning. He says it wasn't so much an improvement from Liverpool, more a complete transformation. And it's probably no exaggeration to suggest this was precisely what English football so desperately needed to ensure the Premier League doesn't become another Man City possession. I think you obviously wanted Liverpool to win as an Arsenal fan, Woodsy. But Dino, is that fair? Because there's a worry this season that we all think at some point City will go on one of their ridiculous runs where they win 15, 20 in a row. But does that result yesterday just give the chasing pack, Spurs, Arsenal, maybe Liverpool, Chelsea, a little bit more hope?
Yeah, I think it was a great result for Liverpool. They needed it. They were in big trouble. But I thought Man City played really well. And if Man City play like that every week, they won't lose many games. And they will still pull away. But Arsenal are doing great. I know, are we going to be still saying, when are Arsenal going to start winning? In Christmas time? Is it 9 out of 10?
Yeah.
First time it's been done. And we did say, Arteta, look what happens. You give a manager a bit of time.
Yeah.
Look what happens. They were about to sack him. People call him. Was you calling for his head, Laura?
No, I actually was one that never was.
And now he's got time to mould a team together and put mistakes right. He's even got Xhaka not getting sent off.
Yeah, well, that's one.
Sorted that out.
Do you think teams are, I'll use maybe Gerrard at Villa, do you think teams are looking at what Arteta's done and think, hang on a minute, Arsenal was so close to sacking him, they're now top of the league, fans love him playing great football? Or other teams maybe looking at Arsenal and thinking, let's use Gerrard as an example, give him a little bit more time to try and turn things around?
I think with the Arsenal thing, I think we think that he was close to being sacked, but I'm not sure that behind the scenes it was like that, because it's quite an understanding hierarchy at Arsenal, and there's a really good relationship with Vinno Venkatesh and with Edu, with everybody behind the scenes, and Mikel Arteta. So I'm not 100% convinced that he was about to get the chop. The results at the beginning of last season, when they won, when they lost, what was it, 4 in the bounce?
3 in a row, yeah, Brentford, City and Chelsea. Yeah, then
I think that was so warped by just the numbers, but City and Chelsea being in there, of course, at the time those teams were better than them, so you can understand that. But yeah, with Gerrard, it's an interesting one with Gerrard as well, because the performance, if you watch the performance that they put on against Chelsea, the scoreline obviously is 2-0, and there were some mistakes in that game that I don't think Gerrard could really account for himself. Just players making errors that he can kind of say that it's not really, I can't do anything about that. These sort of things happen. But the performance that they'll actually put on against Chelsea would hopefully, I think, give the fans and give the people above him a bit more hope that he does deserve more time. I mean, I don't know, Dino, do you think so? I mean, you know management better than anyone in this room, and people listening as well. Are you in the camp that in the Premier League they've got to stick with the managers a little bit longer? Well, it's the money in football that's causing it. I mean, sheer panic goes through the boardroom when you lose 3 games. We can't afford to get relegated. We can't afford to get... That starts coming. Oh, what we're going to do? What we're going to do? They've lost 3 games. But start of the season, they were on about Lampard out, Gerrard out. But it doesn't matter whether you're a Saturday League manager or a Sunday League manager. If you're in charge of a football team long enough and you've got enough money to put things right, you work out what's costing you points. You work out the right back's costing me every week. I need another one. If you've got no money to get another one, you've got to stay with it for 6 months till his contract runs out. But if you've got money to write a cheque, you just go like Man City, go and buy another right back who's better than the one we've got. You work out as a manager what's costing you points. You can lose your job finding out, though, losing games, unless the board stick with you.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.